good news, everyone. I am level 40 and also 100%. I am brilliant. Sorry it took so long. I had to get into a bit of a rhythm with Planescape Torment, and not that it was necessarily difficult to get to 100%, but it was definitely a task. I got stuck with this one, which is complete 32 side/relationship quests. I got up to 31 and then I had no more to do, and I had to Google side quests and just go through all of them name by name by name to try and find one that I hadn't done. It was brilliant. But aside from that, it was all relatively, you know, straightforward. Nothing has since happened. So, like, this hasn't gotten crossed out, so I don't know if I need to go speak to Professor Weasley again. I might do that now, and if that obviously finishes this, then I'll show it. If not, I'll just jump to being out here in the courtyard again, which is where we need to be to do the House Cup. Ooh, an official ending to this game. I'm excited. I probably need to make it day. I just napped outside on the stairs here. That's how I roll. Forget my common room. I sleep outside. Alright, so she was in the Transfiguration. None of those. Ah, here we are. Probably could have just gone to the classroom. Whoopsies. Alright, Mrs. Weasley, I'm ready for my owls.
By all accounts, Hogwarts would be lost without you.
Oh. So I don't talk to her again? But... it's just so odd that it hasn't acknowledged I've gotten 100%. I guess is just my thing. And I guess, I mean, I've gotten 100% here, but I technically haven't done everything. As you can see by my collections here, I think that one's done, that one's done, that one's almost done. That one's done, almost done. But the rest of them definitely have, you know, so much more progress, especially this poor brooms. Haven't really collected many of those throughout my travels. So, I mean, I guess I just leave it at that, and hopefully it will acknowledge that I finished it at some point. I had to run into the Great Hall a couple of times to do different quests, and it was always a bit nerve-wracking because I was like, don't press anything to do with the main quest.
This year, we have seen our students exemplify the bravery of Godric Gryffindor. Allow me to finish. The loyalty of Helga Hufflepuff. The wisdom of Rowena Ravenclaw. And the ambition of Salazar Slytherin. And so, the winner of this year's House Cup...
Excuse me, Headmaster, if I may. One particular student's heroism during the attack on Hogwarts, not to mention the level to which they have excelled in their coursework, as a new student, no less. Well, it would seem that it certainly merits, I'd say, 100 points to their house. Wouldn't you agree?
Ah, yes. Thank you, Professor Weasley. I suppose we have our winner.
There we are. This is the official ending I was after before. Just had to get to the House Cup. I wasn't sure if that was going to go on for a bit longer and sort of be a bit of an epilogue kind of situation, but nope. That's the end. And it was a satisfying end. I was sitting here kind of like, aww. Thinking back to when I first started and had no clue how to play this game or what any of it was about. I enjoyed it a lot for what it was, and I could probably sit here and nitpick at different aspects of it that I didn't particularly enjoy, but honestly, it would be nitpicking. I think in general, they did a fantastic job with, you know, the scope they were working with, it kind of being slightly open world. It's not like a huge map, but there is so much variation in like the seasons and the areas. And the creatures that you fight, and, you know, the different quests and jank, and it definitely made for a very immersive kind of experience, and it wasn't super difficult. I mean, I did have it on easy mode, so I don't know, maybe if you have it on something harder it might be even harder, but I loved just being able to fly around everywhere, especially towards the end when I was sort of finishing everything up and I was like higher level, so I could just glide on in on my broom and take everyone out and not have to think twice about it. But I would definitely recommend doing those challenges while you're doing the main story. Do not do it like I did, where you just plowed through the main story and then was like, oh, I want to get to 100%. That definitely made it slightly tedious, but it was still enjoyable. Like, nothing was like incredibly difficult, you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't epic dungeon crawling. The boss battles, you know, in some situations were difficult, but again, once I got to those higher levels, it really wasn't much of anything to worry about. The puzzles were what they were. I kind of wish there was a bit more variation on the puzzles. Like, the Merlin trials all kind of ended up being very samesies, and you had to find like ancient magic things, and that was all very samesies. Even the sort of Alohomora and unlocking the doors, that got really tedious by the end of it. I kind of just wished you could cast Alohomora and the door would unlock. But outside of that, it was, you know, fun. Like I said, not too difficult. There were some situations where I'd stop and have to run around for like a million years to try and figure out that one thing that I was missing. But that was sort of few and far between. The overall story was great. I wouldn't necessarily say it was like cutting edge storytelling, There was a lot of conveniences and yeah, sort of stuff that I'd seen elsewhere, but it was still enjoyable for what it was. And obviously the main story is kind of secondary to being able to explore the world. So, you know, you can sort of understand why it wasn't really groundbreaking in any way, shape or form. But I loved it. I loved being able to run around Hogwarts. I loved being able to run around the area. I loved being able to run around Hogsmeade. It was great. Fantastic. 10 out of 10 recommend it. Go get this game, or at least when it's on sale, go get it, play it, enjoy it. If you like Harry Potter or fantasy or anything along those lines. But yeah, this will be a short and sweet video, I guess, which, you know, that's fine. But I hope everyone enjoyed this playthrough and sort of these videos. And I guess I'll see you in Planescape Torment. Let me get the name right. Bye.